computer.
Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
All right, so I'm here with my guest, Honey Marie, and I'm so excited that she's chosen to join me on Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi. So, Honey, let us know what it is that you do and what is your love.
Hi, Tammi. Thanks for having me. My name is Honey Marie Love, and I am the Serenity Maven online. I'm an intuitive healer and fearless freedom coach, and I love to help women who are healing their inner child while serving the world and may even be trying to raise their own children.
That is so awesome. So tell us what it is that you actually do. I mean, so that when you talk to someone or when someone reaches out to you for a session, what is it that you do?
Yeah, so right now, what I do is I have a wheel of balance that I work through with my clients. And what that does is we look at all areas of their life. And I've created a personalized chakra development process. And so what I do is after the session, I then link their life areas and their relationship with their life areas and how balanced or off balance that is to their development of their life from conception all the way to now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty, it also comes with a blueprint. So it's one of those things that it's like when you're not sure what's going on, life feels chaotic, feels like you're getting tossed around in a washing machine, and you just need to like step back and look at everything. And a lot of times what ends up happening is, and this is a common one, is one of the life areas is fun and entertainment. And so a lot of times, as women and as healers and as caregivers, we really focus on, our relationships or maybe finances or perhaps our health. Right. And we may even be focused on the spiritual aspect of our life. But a lot of times we neglect the fun. And so that's usually one of the things that my clients see is that fun is usually like between a 0 and 3. Okay. And seeing those types of things just really gives people clarity.
That is awesome. So, Honey Marie, you and I have gone way back. We started our journey together a couple of years ago. So I want you to share what made you get started and what was the transition point for you?
Yeah, it was actually a pain point. I was actually at a point of desperation. I was trying to, manage being a mother, being, a person with a career. I was trying to create a business on the side, and I was just sick. I was really sick and in pain, and my home was really, I would say, toxic, if I'm really honest with myself. And it was a point of saying, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And praying. And I actually put a post out on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I'm having these medical things going on. I don't really know what's going on with me, but I need help. Has anybody heard of any of these things happening? And someone said, everybody had all these suggestions, which were great suggestions and things that I looked into. But somebody said on there, you have to see this medicine woman. She's a friend of mine. And it's really important that you talk to her. I think she can help you. And it jumped out at me. And I just felt right. And she's in another country, and she's in New Zealand. And so I can't remember if it was in the afternoon when we met. I didn't have to meet in the middle of the night, although I have gotten up in the middle of the night to meet with her before, because it's worth it. And so she just really, gave me the insight that I am an intuitive and I am gifted, and that I need to heal myself. And when I heal myself, my family will heal. And she just gave me, really not even like a belief or a hope. She gave me an understanding. Like I was just like, okay, I don't understand it, but I'm understanding it. It felt right. And that really just opened up, I would say, the gates for everything to just start happening. So that was in November. And then in December, I met Sarah Nolan, who we both went through Miracle 90 with. And January, I started the program. And so that was January of 2017 now. So that was what started it. But it was, I thought that I was at my breaking point, but it actually got worse before it got better.
Right. And that's important that you bring that up, because sometimes people think that once you get the understanding and you start to know where you are and who you are and stuff like that, that is the end of it, that's everything is smooth and, now it's peanut butter and jelly, but usually that is the beginning.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was the beginning of my life changing, right? Yes. It was the beginning of my life changing. And in order to change, change isn't easy. And so there was a lot of stuff coming up, and I was actually really sick, like I mentioned. And so that came to full head in the middle of all of this. Really, going through that program and knowing what my purpose was. I shared with you a little bit earlier today some of those things that came up in a private meditation, and how at the time I didn't know what it meant, and today it meant something totally different. Those things were happening, and I just decided to go with it. So that way, when I ended up having a near-death experience, and I ended up spending close to 5 months in bed. In my home. I wasn't in bed that whole time. I would say close to 2 months in bed, and close to 5 months of like not parenting, not running my household, not, engaged in living outside of, fortunately we have a virtual world now. So I did get to engage in the virtual world. But my physical world pretty much has shattered and shifted and changed since then. But through it all, I knew what my purpose was. So if I wouldn't have started that journey and gone through that, I don't know that I would have had the confidence to know what my purpose was, to fight, have something to fight for. Not to say that I don't have my family and those things, but within my soul, within my own vibration, that belief that I had something within me to fight for. And I had that. And because I had that, I feel like that really carried me through all the chaos that's been happening around, because there's been a lot of chaos because it's been changes and shifts, but I've either been the calm or had to become the calm, or at times not been calm, right? But use the tools to come back to center and calm to get through all these changes.
Yes.
That includes judgment from others as well.
Yes. And the thing is a lot of times we don't realize that that's going to hit us that way. We think that, okay, so now I found my purpose and I'm so excited, and now I'm here and everyone else is going to be excited for me as well. Yeah. But it's not always the case.
Yeah. I've had people share their opinions with me of the path I'm on. But I think for the first time in my life, I am so sure of the path that I'm on, that it just makes me even that more confident that I'm on the right path, because what they're saying and their judgments aren't swaying me. I know exactly what I need to be doing. And something you and I think we both agree on is when the people that have shown up for us, we need to show up for others the ways that others have shown up for us. And that's also something that continues to push me.
Yes.
And even in that moment, yes, we have our family. Yes, we have all, those commitments. But in that moment when it was like that decision, am I really going to fight and put the energy in to still living? It was like limitless possibilities and purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and having not something specific, but just knowing that it was like, okay, no, there's so much more left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny that you say that, because I know that because you have taken this journey, that is so much easier for you to show up for other women.
Oh, yeah.
And for you to decide that you can help them understand and know where they're going and help them navigate through these transitions. Because just like you said, transition change is not easy. It is very difficult.
Yeah.
It can make you or break you. And it could take you, up, or it can take you down.
Yeah. And I think I was thinking about this this morning about, what is it that I need to share? I have those shower conversations, and, going through the journey, showing up. It's about showing up. It's about showing up for yourself, about showing up for others.
Yes.
But there are times, I'm going to be honest with you, where I don't want to show up.
Yes.
I don't want to show up because my ego side, for whatever reason, is convincing me that I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time I've pushed past that and I've shown up, somebody gets helped.
Yes.
And, I was thinking about that too, like, oh, is there an ego side of this? Is there an ego that's being satisfied by that?
Mm-hmm.
And what I heard, and the message that I heard this morning was that, yes, there is an ego side of it, but you need that ego side to push that heavy physical vessel that you have here on this earth, right? So we have us and everything that we have, and sometimes we do need to tap into that and go, oh, I do have purpose. I need to be reminded of that.
Yes.
Because from a spiritual aspect, I know without a doubt I have purpose, right?
Yes.
But it's that ego side that sometimes we're taught to stay away from, but when we ignore it, that's really what prevents us from showing up. We have to acknowledge the ego side and use it to fuel us to show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is there, we have all these different parts and they all play a part.
Yeah.
So you can't discount any of it. It's like you wish you could take away the pain in your life, but the pain propelled you. The pain made you look for pleasure. The pain made you make that change. The pain made you transition into who you are, or who you always were, but didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So everything plays a part. You can't just have all pain. You can't just have all pleasure, and there's other shit in between. So you have to, look at each part of the whole, because all those things contribute to the one.
Yeah. I have a lot of traumas and things that have been in my past. And, when I do share some of those things with people, it's usually just a piece of it, because they're sharing a piece of their life with me that I can relate with. And what I found is that I no longer have to be that survivor with wearing everything I've been through on my as a badge anymore. I can shift into that thriving mode and be shining my light to attract those that need to share those experiences with me. And I also feel like I've been through a breadth of experiences, so that way I can relate to that many more people. And so there was a time where that was told to me, and I was really bitter and angry about hearing that. But right now, even hearing myself say that, I'm acknowledging inside the growth, being able to say that.
Mm-hmm.
believe it and know what that feels like to live it, right? And not saying I'm perfect, right? I'm definitely not perfect, right? But in those moments of intention and creating that momentum and that energy, it's definitely what I'm pulling in and drawing in.
Yeah, because what happens is as you heal and as you begin to move past all those traumas, then it just becomes a story.
Mm-hmm.
And once it becomes a story where it doesn't affect you, I mean, and the thing is, it's even as a story, you can still cry because remember the story, but it doesn't affect you where you embody it and you continue to walk in it. It's just
Allow it to show up, you
yeah,
know.
that you can
Those, yeah, you can share it, and
someone.
when we speak it up and out, it's energetically moving. And so a lot of times, and especially as women, we tend to stuff. And I think too, even just saying that right now, I'm hearing that's like a generational statement.
Yes.
I think, and I heard that loud and clear, like that's a generational statement. We've all been taught to stuff our truth.
Yes.
And so all of those, the shame, the guilt, the secrets, the embarrassment, whatever it is that's been stuffed, when we can speak it up and out, it loses its power.
Yes. Yes. Because it no longer has control over you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so right now I work in behavioral. And so I have a lot of ladies that come through and they're suicidal and they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they feel like they don't have anything to live for. So, you know, I've been guided here and there to share a little piece of my story. And I'm like, you know, so what I'm saying to you is that you can overcome. You don't have to stay here. You know, what is the reason why you feel like you have to take your life? You know what I mean? And I feel like it's helped to impact a lot of those lives just because they're like, oh, you know, but you're this and you've been able to do that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it just is. You know what I'm saying? So you can get past that. So now it's just a story that I share in order to help people. It doesn't impact me. You know, I don't cry about it anymore. To be honest with you, when I tell it, it's almost like it's not even my life. It's like it's somebody else's life. It's like telling a story. It's like I read it in a book.
Yeah.
And now I'm sharing it. But I'm sharing it from a place of empowerment.
Yeah.
You know,
It's how you tell that story, because we all have stories, and you can use it to hold you in the past and hold you in that victim or survivor mode.
Yes.
Or you can rewrite that story and use it to catapult you forward as fuel so that you can thrive. And I notice each time I tell a piece of my story, the story changes. And so like maybe the first time something comes out, I might have got to go all the way into the details, right? And then the next time it comes out, I didn't have to talk about all those details anymore. And I might even tell it from an even more empowered place than I did the first time. And then the more I tell it, and then all of a sudden I call it it becomes a Kardashian type story, which is like, you've now totally re-scripted it to where you can look back and have a different lens than maybe how you've been carrying it the whole time. Now, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily good or bad. And when I say Kardashian, they tend to spin things, so I don't want to put that negative connotation. But I love thinking about the Kardashians because it's like you get to write your own story. You really get to. And you can share it to inspire, to move, to influence, right? Because they're influencers.
Absolutely.
To influence people to thrive, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, all right, so we got to talk about this. So how important is it for you to help people, to show them how they can influence to thrive?
How important is it for me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It is so important. It is so important. And I'm going to show you how slick I am. My battery is about to die and I'm plugging it in right now. But I think I'm going to be slick. Oh, hold on. Nope, I'm not. But I don't want to lose you. So how important is it? It is so important to me that I wake up roughly between 4 and 5 o'clock every morning. And it is important for me to give myself the time that I need, the quiet time. I'm a busy mom. I'm a busy career person. I'm an entrepreneur. I see clients. I, have all kinds of stuff going on. I think right now I have 8 projects going on just in the next couple months. So putting that time for me and then allowing myself the time to listen to what I'm supposed to be doing, to allow the time to create. I get up at that time and I'm spending that time with myself until about 7 or 8 before I have to interact with other people. And so that's a lot of time. And I get a lot of downloads. And that I feel takes me out of that space that I used to be in before I had the near-death experience, which was I was hustling. I was working. Oh, goodness.
I think about that song.
When I say work myself to death, that's kind of what happened, right? Literally, right? So shifting from that space to going from what is it that I need to be doing? And what is amazing with that is that then allows me to be in a space support my sisters like you, right? So when I see you doing something, instead of going into that space of comparing and going, oh wait, Tammi just did that, I should go do that. It's like, well, no, I already have my message. I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
But there are some times when your sisters or brothers are brought into your path to inspire you.
Yes.
To nudge you.
Yes.
So take that both ways, right? Sometimes you might be inspired to do something, but also don't compare. That the comparison can really hold you back. And the reason why it can hold you back, even if you're doing what someone else is doing, is because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Right. So your vibration when you're on your path is different than when you're trying to force something else because everybody else is doing it or someone else is doing it.
Yes.
And so just, I would even I invite you now to just do this with me. It's just take a breath and kind of because see, I'm leaning forward. I'm noticing my body language and sitting back and just kind of taking that space, right? And coming into the space of calmness, of peace. That is awesome. Total different shift in energy now.
Yes.
And I like to do that often and show people how easily you can change. When I go live and the voice you're hearing, this is the voice I talk with when I go live because I take the breath and I connect with this version of myself before I go live.
Yes.
And sometimes I do that before my interviews. Today I didn't. We started at a different point. But I think this is important to show people that, I used to say I am a product of my environment. That was my motto. I'm a product of my environment.
Wow.
Because no matter where I went, I would just start kind of morphing into whatever was happening. And so you can actually not only change your own vibration, but you can change the vibration in a room.
Planet.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody watching and listening right now just felt the energy shift when we did that together.
Yes. Because it totally changes the whole vibration.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it it takes you to a centering place, into a calming,
Yeah.
where, whatever it is, it's almost like, okay, so I'm going to date myself, but it's almost like smoking some good weed. It takes you to a place where it doesn't matter. Whatever's going on is going on, but you're consistent and you're calm and you're chill.
And when it comes into your parenting, and when you can do this in your home,
Yes,
and realize that you can change the vibe, that you're the one actually setting that tone. And
yes.
if you're out of control, how do you think your family feels,
Yes.
And I incorporate sounds into everything. So I'm going to include that cough into today's discussion as a sign of release. Somebody is having a huge aha moment right now of like release of shame, guilt, like, oh my gosh. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am so excited. This has been the most amazing conversation. My sister Honey Marie and I, we go so far back, and and the most amazing thing is we've never met in person, but our spirits, she's like the sister from another mother.
Yes. I tell you every day, like we are super, super close. I think out of everybody that I've met online, Tammi, you have brought in the most blessings and connections, and we just like connected. I mean, I have so many people that I'm connected with. But like when I call you sis, it's because I really I feel like you are my sister, like a soul sister. So
absolutely. I had somebody laugh, and I said, I said, that's not easy. I said, if you ever see me call somebody sis, I said, it's because I feel that. You know what I mean? And I have, I don't know, 3 biological sisters. I said, but when I feel that connection, I can't deny it. I said, and the thing is it's so amazing in this online space that you can feel that without even meeting the people, and it's awesome, and I'm waiting. I'm ready to go up there where she lives. Not in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
No. I like to see snow online and not out my front door. And
well, I'm ready to warm up. My hands are cold, so maybe I'll come down to the desert there.
Well, it's going to be in the 40s and 50s this week, and it's supposed to snow next Saturday.
Oh,
how about that? No, we're not doing it. I was laughing. I said, I like it here in the winter. I said, but in the summer, my dream is to be able to leave here in the summer, travel, go somewhere where it's cooler.
There you go. That's when you'll come visit.
So anyway, we're going to end this because I know that Honey Marie has things to do, and so do I. We have enjoyed this conversation. It has been amazing. Yes. So tell the people how they can reach out to you, honey.
Certainly. You can find me at targetedwellbeingcenter.com.
And on Facebook?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Facebook too, right? Should I tell them everywhere I'm at?
Yes.
Well, if you go to targetedwellbeingcenter.com, you can find all the places I'm at.
Okay.
But if you're here on Facebook, Mama Honey, the Serenity Maven, go ahead and find me there. I lead new moon and full moon meditations and do readings. So you're invited to come over and join me. Join our Serenity Mavens group that Tammi's a part of.
Awesome. Yes, you have to, because Honey Marie is powerful with those new moon and full moon meditations. They're awesome. They really are. And even if you go back and catch the replay, it's still there. And it's so amazing. All right, so we are going to sign off here. Thank you so much for joining me with Straight Outta Savannah, talking with Tammi, with my guest, Honey Marie Love. It has been so amazing. The conversation, as usual, has been so fitting. The timing was always divine. And if you would like to come on and interview with me, please send me a private message. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. And yeah, so we're going to do this thing. So have a wonderful rest of your day whenever you're watching it. Make sure you hit replay so that I can let you know how excited I am that you have joined us. And also, you can check it out on YouTube. So we'll talk with you soon. Bye now.
Bye.